How y'all doing? Okay. I got on this my computer where I have my Twitter set up on my computers I got three, and my phones. And I see, I don't know if those of you on Twitter who follow, Jim Ross had said a couple of days ago, expressing his opinion between Randy Orton and Kenny Omega. Out of the two, he was the best wrestler. And he said, Randy Orton. Well, that just set off all of the AEW Kool-Aid drinkers. Yeah. All of a sudden, Jim Ross is out of touch. Blah, 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 blah. So, and when I saw that a few days ago, I was like, well, where's the lie? Randy Orton is a better professional wrestler than Kenny Omega. I mean, you can see that. You may not, I'm not a fan of the stuff they have him doing on WWE. The black liquid coming out of his mouth, the whole thing with the Fiend, and some of the ridiculous stuff they've had him do. But as a professional wrestler, yeah, he's better than Kenny Omega. Now, understand, I've watched more Randy Orton stuff in the past than Kenny Omega. I didn't even know who he was until many years ago when I happened to watch when Access used to show New Japan Wrestling. And I was flipping channels and landed on it, and I saw a match he was in, and he was wrestling Juice Robinson. I think it was Juice Robinson. And actually, I was more impressed with Juice Robinson than I was with Kenny Omega. And then when this whole AEW started and everything, by that time I'd heard enough of him and seen enough of him. I was like, okay. So then I saw him again, and to me personally, he's annoying in the ring. His promos are, not the word, garbage. And he's making his money. Good. Do your thing. Make your money. But when a man like Jim Ross, who for 40 years, probably a little bit longer, for 40 years has been a part of professional wrestling, referee, commentator, Hall of Fame commentator, worked in the office, talent relations, all that stuff. He expressed his opinion. And yeah, everybody has an opinion. And obviously, if somebody's opinion is contrary to what you believe, yeah, then he's out of touch and all that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing, and I say this often. The truth pill is often very hard to swallow. And it can taste bad, too. You should swallow it down with something. Don't worry about it. So, everybody had to back up over that. But we got to touch everybody. Horse hockey. I'm trying not to cuss on there. This is going on YouTube, and I'm trying not to use profanity. But however. Anyway. So then I get on the Twitter again, and that's when I saw where Matthew Hardy, roll my eyes, yes, said, and I'm trying to remember what he said directly because when I saw it, I read it and I said, horse hockey, but basically to the effect that if you cannot see how special a performer Kenny Omega is, basically saying you're out of touch and all that. First of all, let me explain something. And I'm going to tell you the truth, just because I live in North Carolina, I'm not from North Carolina, number one. So, I am not a Hardy's boy Kool-Aid drinker. South Carolina born and bred, don't know nothing about North Carolina. I'm not addicted to the Hardy Boys. You ask me my honest opinion about the Hardy Boys, you'll get it. You might not like it. I've met Jeff Hardy, I've seen Matt Hardy. But anyway, so he said this thing. First of all, I'm going to say this about Matt Hardy. Delete, delete, delete. Then you got a white streak in your head, and you're doing cookie crazy stuff. Okay, that's okay. That's you. Do your thing. You're special like that. But once again, Matt Hardy. Let's see. I do believe that during some of your time in WWE, Jim Ross was a commentator and in talent relations. Yeah. So my thing is this. Back to that. The whole Kenny Omega Orton thing. Yeah, they're both. Orton is on a show in an organization that does horrible, garbage stuff a lot of the time. But hey, if that's where you get your check from, not mad at you. Get your check. AEW, Omega, garbage. But again, that's where you get your money. That's where you get your check. Do you? Now, last night was Wednesday night. Normally, you have the garbage. You have AEW. You could start calling it the garbage. You have AEW on TV. And I watch it out of just trying to see how bad it's going to be. Most of the time it's on in the background. I'm doing something else. So if something interesting catches my attention, I'm looking at it. Other than that, it's just background noise. But last night it wasn't on. And here's the thing. I didn't miss it. Interesting. Didn't miss it. And I think it's coming on Friday night. It's going to be against SmackDown. So let's see. Do I watch SmackDown in the background to see how bad they do something? Or do I watch AEW in the background, see how bad they're doing? Or do I, when I get off, or do I do like I normally do on Friday night, watch Bill Maher and watch other things and forget about all that badness and watch that stuff later on during the week when I decide to. So I think Friday won't change for me. I'll watch Bill Maher and then that stuff will be recording. If I want to watch it, I can watch it. And if I don't, I'll delete it, which is what I normally do anyway. Okay. So once again, Orton, Omega. If I'm looking at those two gentlemen, because one to me is a professional wrestler, the other one is a sports entertainer. So already the sports entertainer loses the point with me. I would say I'd be intrigued to see a match between Orton and Omega. And Orton would walk the dog on Omega. And he would. He'd walk the dog. All around Texas, up to California, all the way across the United States to New York, down to Florida, back to Texas. That's what happened. So yeah, Orton is the better professional wrestler. He's a better promo. He's a ring general. Kenny Omega is schizophrenic in the ring. His promos is like he's auditioning for a porno movie or something. I mean, it's whispery. And he's a bad promo. So, I chimed in. I've responded. I read the stuff on Twitter and I block it or whatever. I don't block it, but I'm like, okay, if shit, this is it. But I did reply to that, because that came from Matt Hardy and folks were replying. I just simply said, well, because I think his ended with, I stand with Omega. Well, I just replied, well, I stand with Jim Ross. I'm going to take somebody with 40 years of experience, not necessarily in the ring, but experience as far as commentating and watching the business and being a part of the business and developing talent. Yeah, I'm gonna take his opinion with a little bit more gusto than I will with somebody else with less time. That's what I'm saying. So, that's what the doctor has to say this afternoon. It's Thursday. I hope you have a good Thursday. Hope you enjoy your Thursday, your Friday Eve. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing my Jim Cornette shirt because I'm a Jim Cornette guy. So, I just want to give my little opinion there. This is going to be on of course, for YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and you'll find it, all that kind of stuff. If you want to make a comment, I'm debating on whether to open my comments on this, because this is one thing about me when it comes to comments. And I'm opening my comments just because I'm curious, because I'm a big fella. I got some tough skin. My rule on comments on things that I post and say, keep it relevant to the conversation. You say hateful shit, you say hateful stuff, you get out of code, you get out of pocket, start talking on the side of your neck, it's going to be deleted and dealt with. Don't got time for that. Express your opinion, even if I disagree with it. And there's a lot of stuff with AEW I disagree with. A lot of stuff they do some good stuff. I'm disappointed in some of the stuff they've done from the start, because I was actually looking forward to AEW actually being what it said it was going to be, using analytics and all this kind of stuff, and it doesn't do that. It is, honestly to me, AEW is WWE light. That's all they are. They got some good talent that they're not using well at all. They're not being booked well at all. But again, if they don't complain, I don't complain. I'm a consumer of the product. So I just will click. Don't watch it. Fast forward through the garbage, watch what I like, delete. But anyway, so I got things I got to do today. Just sitting here talking to you folks. But anyway, enjoy your day. The doctor will be back again to give my opinions or thoughts or talk about stuff that's on my mind. Because like I said, when I said I was going to start doing this, if it pops on my mind, I might share it here. And it might be wrestling, entertainment, like TV show, not sports entertainment. And it might be politics, and I don't know about that. I might have to come through the screen if I do politics. But anyway, you want to know what the doctor's got to, if you want to know what the doctor has to say, unvarnished and used off the top of my head, check out my YouTube channel. Check it out. Subscribe to it. So when I post new stuff, I ain't got to go on the Facebook, on the book face, whatever it's called, and put an announcement. So enjoy your Thursday. And if I don't talk to you during the weekend, enjoy your weekend. And always remember, I am called the doctor, the governor, the killer, the old great gorilla, the Hall of Famer. And you're not. Understand that. It's oh so fine when you are